Hello, welcome back to Today is Booked. It's your host, Chelle, and back with co-host Whitley. Happy freaking New Year.
It is 2025 in this bitch.
I can't even believe it.
I mean, I remember when it was 2010.
Right, when we were graduating high school.
And now it's 2025. That's literally 15 years ago. Okay, we're old.
Not well.
This out.
Yeah, let's not even talk about it, but it is the start of a new year. I'm so excited. There's something about starting a new year that just gets me going. I love a new year.
And the new year's so weird.
Yeah.
Such a lull, because I'm like, the holidays over. I love them so much, and then I just gotta wait a whole nother year for them to come back.
But then I'm like, I get a new planner. But
oh my goodness.
Do you have any goals for 2025?
Yes, I actually do. And this is more like a personality thing. So you know me, I'm a people pleaser. I am a yes man, unfortunately. So this year I have a goal. I don't know if I want to call it a goal, but it's a goal to be more into saying no and more assertive and not having to explain why I say no.
Yeah.
Obviously, and basically to be more assertive about, I mean, we all know I'm opinionated. I am, and I voice it. But like in situations where they're not comfortable, I don't always, but I think I want to try more. So it's like all around assertive. Like, no, this is my life. We're doing this. Like,
right.
If we're doing this is why. Yeah.
Yeah. No is a complete sentence in 2025 for Whitley, and it's a complete sentence in general, but it's going to be a complete sentence for you in 2025. Love that.
Yes. Okay. What is your goal? I don't think I know this, actually.
Your girl has a lot of goals. One of my goals for 2025 is to be more decisive. I'm very indecisive, so I want to be better about making decisions and not thinking too much about them and just...
Yes, good one. I like that one.
Yeah, because your girl likes to think, she likes to ponder, and, you know, sometimes that just can get your girl in a spiral. I feel like both of those are very good goals. You're saying no. I'm probably saying yes.
Opposites in the best way.
Right. Love this for us. This episode, we're going to be talking about all the bookish things, like our reading goal for 2025, bookish ins and outs, January releases we're excited about, which is one in particular we all know. Well, we should know about. Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. And books from our TBR shelf that we're most excited to read this year. So let's just dive into this episode. You know what to do. Get comfy, get cozy, and let's dive in. So Whitley, what are you currently reading right now?
I'm reading None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. And my God, I'm like 83% in, and I am itching. Like, the fact that we're recording right now and I'm not reading is pretty hard. It is so intense. I love her writing, and I'm so excited to see how this... I thought some things were going to be different than what I found out so far, and I'm like, shit, what's going to happen? Oh, I'm excited.
That is such a good book. I freaking loved that book when I read it and was so shocked by the ending. So you told me some of your theories, so I'm excited for you to finish the book and see if you're right or wrong.
I'm already wrong about one of them, but anyways, what are you reading? I don't even know.
Okay, so I'm currently reading 2 books right now. One's a nonfiction book, and it's called The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest. I think that's her name. And then I'm also rereading Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne because our episode is dropping at the end of the month, and I just wanted to reread it to make sure I didn't miss anything, and it's just as good as it was the first time.
So good. I love that book.
Me too. And the audio is just freaking so good. But we'll talk about that. Good. Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end of the month, and you guys will hear all the things on that one. Do you have any current obsessions right now?
Yes, I do. I have been obsessing over like reorganizing all my things. I feel like once I put the Christmas decorations down, I'm like, me and Jesse reorganized the garage. I did all Peyton's toys downstairs because, she had too many toys that she got for Christmas. And so we had to do all that, closets, all things. So I'm just in like my obsession of like organization, getting the cool little organizing things on Amazon or wherever. But yeah, I've been like zoned in on that.
That's always fun to reorganize and get rid of stuff. Oh my gosh.
It's such like a clean sheets feeling.
Yeah. I would say my obsession is the same. I have been reorganizing my closets, my clothes. Another obsession of mine is Dibs Beauty, the contour blush stick.
So glad you finally bought that.
I know. I used it today. I don't think you can really tell anymore, and it smells so good.
It's like mango something that's in there. Mango extract, they said. I just want to let everybody know, I have tried to get Chelle on Dibs since they basically launched, like hardcore. I have tried everything. And it's been out, 2 years now? And I finally got her.
Yep. I got it. Oh, wow.
I even used it on her face when we were together.
Yeah, you did.
What the fuck? They do sell it at Ulta now, so I'm sure it's easier now for you to get it.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to, because it was only online, and I was like, I don't know which one I really want. Like, I need to I'm one of those people that needs to see things in person and touch it and like test it before I buy it. So I finally pulled the plug. Okay, so those are my two obsessions: getting organized for the new year, Dibs Beauty, also my 2025 planner, even though I don't even want to talk about that because I don't know if I'm quite obsessed with her, but I'm excited to have a new planner.
Oh, well, I love a good planner. I'm not as good at writing planners, but I love the feeling of a new planner anyways. You tell me what your bookish ins are for 2025.
Okay, so I made a little Instagram post about this, so I'm excited to talk about it for those of y'all that don't have an Instagram, don't follow. So my 2025 ins are engaging with my bookish community more. I want to be more active, and then
love that.
Yeah, and I put that as my ends, and then I have barely been on this whole year. So to the whole start of the new year. So we're starting off strong. It's fine. And then another in for me is reading the books I have and using my Kindle Unlimited membership. I freaking counted pretty much every book on my shelf that I haven't read yet, and it's over 160. And that's physical. That's physical. That doesn't even count the books that I bought on my Kindle and that I have on my Nook color that I haven't read. So who even knows? So I am trying to get my physical TBR down because
you're blessed.
Yes. And then another in for me is having more intentional reads, reviews, and content. Like, I don't want to just post to post.
Gotcha, bro. I like those.
Yeah. Another is diversifying my reading with authors and nonfiction books. And that's why I started the new year off with a nonfiction, which is taking me a little longer to read because
you have to be in the mood. For me, I have to be in the mood for a nonfiction read. If I'm not, I ain't finishing it.
Well, it's just weird because I don't want to read it before bed because then it's like my brain is trying to process all this stuff before I'm sleeping. Yeah. So I'm like, I can only read it in the morning or a little bit after work, but I don't even want to read it after work because I'm like, my brain needs to come down from work. So it's just hard to process nonfiction books. So that's a morning book, basically. So it's taken me a little while to finish. And then another in is more buddy reads and podcast guests.
Ooh.
Yes. As y'all heard about on the season 2 intro. So yeah, more podcast guests, which I want authors, bookish content creators, readers. So I think that would be fun. And then my last one is, oh my God, my stomach is already hurting just thinking about saying this, DNFing books.
You gotta do it, dude.
I'm gonna try.
Did you
try?
Did you finish that Christmas book?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't. I'm still I will read a page or two, but I haven't.
Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
Maybe.
I'm done with you. That's your first DNF book. Please, God, for the sake of the book's sake.
I know. We'll see. I mean, if I don't
Poor
finish
thing.
it by the end of January, I might just have to DNF.
I think that's a good end.
It is. We'll see if I can, actually do it.
Oh, bless.
You heard all my ends. I want to hear what yours are.
Okay, so mine's like in the book community as a whole. Like,
Mhm.
I want to see more sprayed edges. Obviously, it's coming in, but I want to see that more of like a all the time thing.
Right.
Not
That should be the first edition. Like, we don't need
Exactly.
collectors. Like, make it the first book.
exactly. Just they're pretty. We love them. Obviously, we're gonna buy them.
Yeah.
Give me that book. That's what I want.
Give me that book.
If you want it for pre-order sales, I will do it. Give me a pretty cover.
Right.
Pretty pages. And also I love a book playlist. I remember around this time last year, I was in my fourth wing reads of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame,
Mhm.
and I was so in that mood, and I found a playlist on Spotify, and it just like made my life. And then I went to A Quarter Throat of Roses, and it was like I found this. It was just like it wasn't from the author, but Rebecca Yarros does create the playlist on Spotify for the book.
Nice.
And so Fourth Wing and Iron Flames were like chef's kiss, and I pray that she does Onyx Storm because I will be in that. So that's definitely one I want to see more. Pictoon did that. The what's it called? Butcher and Blackbird has that too.
Yep.
Like anyways, I like that. I like if I'm in that mood, I want more. Anyways.
Wait, I have a question about that. So you talk about the book playlist. Do you actually listen to the playlist while you're reading the book, or you can't do that?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I'm a jazz reader.
Oh.
I always play my coffee shop jazz, sometimes on YouTube with the little, depending on the season, like the AI, like landscape, whatever. Right now it's like the snow and, all the snuggly stuff with a cozy jazz.
Mhm.
And then, or I'll just do it on my speakers around me. But I'm a jazz. Oh, it's so soothing. I love it.
I might have to try that out. Maybe
Please.
jazz music while you're reading is an in.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's already been an in for me, but do it. Like on Spotify, just look up Cozy Coffee Shop Jazz, or YouTube, just type in like winter reading ambiance or reading ambiance coffee shop, and there'll be just a bunch of things. But you got to look for the lives if you don't have YouTube, because sometimes the commercials are just like, bro. My last one is same as you, is using my Kindle more and Kindle Unlimited, because like, for instance, for this Lisa Jewell book, None of This Is True, the book was like $25 and it was like $5, and I think I had extra credits to get it down to $3 on Kindle. And I'm like, I got my new Kindle stand. I gotta read my Kindle. I love my Kindle. Like, I want to use it more. So I was looking at all the books that I haven't read on my shelf too, and I'm like, girl, you're running out of room. You better chill. So I need to use my Kindle more this year. I got to do it.
Yeah, it's hard, but
it's cheaper.
But
I mean, by all means, who knows? And it sucks that actually None of This Is True is one that I got on my Kindle because I fucking love this book.
Right. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about in the outs. Okay, so my outs are buying and reading a book just because it's trendy.
That's very similar to, actually, I have that basically.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that's a good one because sometimes
I just need to chill, bro. I just need to go through my TBR.
Yeah. And I'll get to it when I get to it. And sometimes I don't even want to read it, but I'm like, oh my God, it's popping off. Like, maybe I should. But then I find myself not even picking up the book. Like, I'll buy it and then I don't even read it.
How many books you got on there? I bet you have so many on there like that. What?
Okay, we listen and we don't judge.
And we don't judge. Okay, what's your next one?
Okay, rushing to finish a book because I feel behind.
That's a good one because I definitely agree with that, because if I'm doing a buddy read with somebody, I am such a competitive spirit, so I freak out when I'm behind them. And I'm like, wait, I don't know, don't tell me. And I freak out and I miss things. So I'm right there with you on that one.
Yeah. Because I feel like once I start doing that, I miss things in the book. Like I'm not as focused and zoned in. I feel like I start skipping words and I don't know. I just am like not as into it as I should be. Because I'm like, oh my God.
And that's what did speed up. No, I'm right there with you. And that especially is I get bad with that, with like obsessing over books. When I love it so much, I want to fucking speed read because I want to know what happens. And I miss things.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I'm rereading Butcher and Blackbird because I need to make sure that I didn't miss anything.
Yes, I love that.
And then another one is stressing about book ratings and reviews.
Dude, I feel like most of yours go along with mine, but yes, I agree with that because I get so fucking stressed when I need to review a book.
Same, especially if I'm posting it on Instagram. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want
it. Now people are probably like, oh, Whitley did 4 stars again.
And then I will rate my book and then I will go look at the ratings just to see what other people said. And I'll be like, oh, I didn't even think of that. And then I'm like, dang, maybe I should read it.
Then I get biased and I said, you're fucking right.
Yeah.
I rate many stars.
Honestly, I don't even want to rate books anymore. I just want to be like, I loved it. I didn't like it. I don't want to give stars anymore.
Stressful. I really do like that Fable has the half stars because that's what I hate about Goodreads because I feel like I was always 4 stars because I'm like, because it wasn't really a 3.
Yeah.
But so Fable, it's okay, I just did give one like 3.75 and I felt so good about that because it was like it wasn't a full 4 but it wasn't a 3 or a 3.5, like it was so much better. So that's one thing. If you don't have Fable, guys, get Fable. It's so much better. You can do half stars, quarter stars, all the stars, and it's just fun and more intriguing and like I just more of the time
aesthetically pleasing.
Suck it. Yes. Goodreads, it looks like shit.
I know, but so many people use Goodreads, and I know. I have so many friends on there. Okay, I only have 2 more. My last 2 are overthinking content. Friggin', that is.
Dude, honestly, those. I mean, you're basically saying mine. That's a big one because I'm just gonna say I used to make sure that I had to post every day. I was so fucking stressed about posting, and it wasn't even like fun because I was just trying to like
be consistent.
Somebody.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, ever since my life went downhill, I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'll get to it when I feel like it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's fine. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I know. I haven't even posted since December 31st. And I just am like so anxious about posting again that my out is already happening. Like I'm already overthinking like, oh my God.
It'll be fine.
I know. Okay. And my last one is reading just to hit a number goal. While goals are great, I want to feel less pressure around it.
Yeah, I feel that. Because it's true. It is. That's another reason, at least for me, for speed reading. Like,
yes.
Oh, shit, gotta get through this.
I know, especially when freaking Goodreads is like, oh, you're 13 books behind schedule. I'm like, I'm sorry?
Do some novellas in this bitch.
Right. And that's what your girl did in December. I was reading a lot of holiday novellas, and I loved them.
They did their job.
They did the job. Okay, so those are all my outs.
Okay, so let's hit them with my outs then, because they're basically the same as yours, so I won't elaborate. But impulse buys, I find myself impulsively buying because, like, one of my good bookstagram friends, like, oh my God, add TBR, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Because you said it was good, I will.
Right.
It's like, I mean, like, I will, I don't know. And there was one I actually just bought impulsively, and it just came out on Kindle Unlimited. I'm like, fuck. But it's okay. See, it's okay. It's a pretty book. So
yeah.
Whatever. But impulse buying is a big one because I am such a big impulse buyer in general, and I don't need to do that with books.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. I was like that probably this whole summer, impulsively buying books just because I don't even know, because I want, I don't know. It was just like a dopamine rush. Like, oh my God, I need this book. You don't need it.
It's just like when I was like going to the bookstore and I bought 8 books and I'm like, dude, you are not gonna read those anytime soon.
Exactly.
Remember, there's this book I bought for my birthday and I look at it all the time and I'm like, oh, I want to read this. I want to read this. I want to read this. And like one of the ones I'm really excited about, I haven't read it, but I want to. Maybe that's my next book. I don't have a next book other than Onyx. Well, I got 10 days. All right, maybe I can do it.
What was your other one?
Oh, yeah. And then buying trendy books, just like you said, that was a big one because same with impulsing. It's like, just because it's trending doesn't mean I need to read it. And then stressing over bookish content because, like I said, I was trying so hard to like be like other people, and I was like, I just need to be me.
Right.
And that's one of the biggest. And I mean, like, not that I'm not me, but I just felt pressure of like posting all the time.
Right.
All the things. And I'm just like, I'll get to it when I get to it.
I know. And then like having to post on TikTok, on Instagram. It's just, we're taking care of our animals. You're taking care of your daughter. You got a whole household. We've got work. And it's just 2 other jobs on top of your full-time job, your mom life, my personal life. I've got other hobby. Like, it was just like, that's why I was spiraling so much this year because of freaking doing the podcast. It's just a lot.
A lot. Too much. That's one thing with the American culture we need to get rid of is like the pressure to do it all.
Yeah.
I hate that about us. Like I hate it so much because I feel all the time I need to do it all. Like I don't need to do it all.
Right.
It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, hey, like I'm feeling overwhelmed. Can you help me with this? And like obviously something I'm working on personally, but yeah, it's a lot. So
yeah, you just have to find a balance, and it's easier said than done.
Do better in 2025. It's live for myself. Obviously my daughter too.
Yeah.
Like also not for all the moms out there, not to lose sight of yourself, because that's such a hard thing to do as a mom, is you lose yourself with trying to be their mom. So I don't want to lose myself, and I don't want to lose sight of myself because of all the pressures of the world.
Yeah. We are getting deep on today's
Deep
book.
in this bitch.
Do you have any more outs before we move on?
No. I was going to say we should dive into your goal because you talked about your goals and how it wasn't a big thing. I want to know what it is now. Are you stressing about it? Because I feel like you are.
Yes, I am already stressed out about it because I set my goal low. So I reached my reading goal of 60 books for 2024. And this year I was like, I'm not going to pressure myself. So I started really low, 30, but I think I'm going to change it. I don't know, but I might keep it at 30. So just when I hit 30, I can keep moving it up, or maybe I'll just read 30 books this year. But each year I like to read more than I did the year before. Like I've always gone higher. I think the last 2 years I did 60. So part of me wants to do 70, but a part of me also doesn't want to feel stressed about it.
Well, so keep your goal where it is. And if you get 70, you get 70.
Yeah.
Because I did that last year. I started at 12 because I was getting back into reading. And I was like, I don't fucking know what my goal should be.
Yeah.
Dude, I moved my goal up 3 times. I read like 72 books. So, but I was like, I think when I stopped moving it at 60 or 65. And so I just hit it by however much percent more. And that was a super win for me.
Love it. What is your goal this year?
I did 75. I actually physically read 72 books. So it was like, fuck it. I could have read 3 more. I wasn't really trying. And I read some long ass books in the beginning of the year. Like Kingdom of Ash was 987 pages.
Oof.
The one that I just finished right before the new year or after the new year was 700 and something pages. And I was like, okay, I can do 3 more small books and get this shit. So anyways, my goal is 75, and I'm not going to stress about it, but I am going to stress about it because it's me. I'm competitive and I have to hit it.
I feel that.
So here we are.
Looks like she's stressing in 2025. She said that was an out. She lying. Lying about it.
It's funny because like I have been really slow reading this January because January's been really big, and I'm like, don't stress, it's okay, take your time with these books. I'm like, oh my god, I've only read 3 books in January. What am I doing?
Dude, you've already read 3 books?
I
haven't even finished the 2. See, look, I'm already stressed because I'm like, but see, I know, but I'm like the same as you. I could be working out by somebody in F45 and I'm like,
same,
and it's a guy, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta show his ass up.
Yeah, not the guy. So I'm like, no, he has the biology. I don't care. So I tell myself I don't care.
Okay, so looks like I will be finishing one of my books tonight. I will be finishing a book tonight. Okay, let's talk about books that we're excited to read this year from our physical TBR because that's one of our ends of 2025. So I want to know, what physical books are you excited to read this year to get that number down?
Okay, so this one I got really excited because whenever you ask me what books I'm excited to read, I literally pick like 15 because I just want to read my whole shelves. Anyway, so I narrowed it down to 5. And one that is most recently that I really don't even know, but it's just so beautiful, is my Witch Collector book, The Witch Collector by Charissa Weeks. Lynn Haven knows how to do it with the books. Like, it is so perfect, and I thought it was my Nocticadia was perfect. I think this one tops it. Also, one that because I'm in my thriller mood, actually I think this might be my next book, is She's Not Sorry.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes, you're reading. Okay, so I read Lisa Jewell, None of This Is True, and then She's Not Sorry. I feel like I read them kind of maybe back to back. And oh my God, you're gonna freaking love that book.
Dude, I'm excited. It's by Mary Kubica. And I pre-ordered the Barnes & Noble special edition, and it says Not Everyone Has Remorse, and it says Everyone Has Secrets.
It's so
and sick. So sick. And I don't think I have many like paperback exclusive, like with the sprayed edges. Pen Pal is paperback. I had that too. Anyways, I really want to read this next because I know thrillers I really get through really quickly, and with Onyx Storm coming, I'm literally reading out like on that day. So this is definitely probably a super soon one.
You're gonna freaking love that book. It is so good. I'm so excited for you to read that. Okay.
Also, Gild, which is the start of the Plated Prisoners series books, and these are also one of the kind of exclusive editions with the gold edges. But this series has 6 books in it, and some of them are pretty big, so I've been putting them off, but everyone is like raving. So this is one, and also another series, but it's not completed, but Spark of the Everflame, people are like obsessing, and I've had this on my shelf since probably of March of last year, and I need to read it because people are like loving it. Okay. And then last but not least is The House Across the Street by Riley Sager. I love Riley Sager's writing. I don't know. He was really good at his throws, and he's coming out with another book this year, which I'm really excited about. But and I also want to read The Only One Left by him too.
You have to read Final Girls by Riley Sager. Oh my, that was
I don't think I have that one.
Such a good book. You will really like that one.
Okay, I'll add it to my list, bro. And then, I I literally have so many on my list, but I'm just going to keep it to those.
Okay, those are some good ones.
Well, okay, I'm going to say it. I'm not going to say the authors, but Blood of Hercules, The Only One Left, that's Riley Sager. Phantasma and Flock, we need to read that series.
Oh my God, I need to. Gotta read Flock.
Yes, like
in the near future.
I keep pushing it off, and I don't know why. I get intimidated by series because I know it sucks on my time. I just did a series, and I feel like I was over it at the end. I loved the series, but I was like, it drained up all my time.
Yeah.
That's why I get to bring them off.
Besides, well, I did it for Fourth Wing and Iron Flame because I was like, oh my God, I need to know what happens. But I like a series where it's different characters, so it's like I don't have to read it right away because it's like the first story ends, so I know, and then I can just read something else and come back whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, but romantic is not like that. That genre is so much series, and like because it's like the world building and the getting all into all the characters. It takes a lot, but also love it at the same time because I'm like, oh yes, I want more of them. Now, obviously, that was mine, and what are yours? I'm scared to ask.
I mean, just like you, I have so many, obviously, but I narrowed it down to 5. So I definitely have Leather and Lark by Brynne Weaver. Yeah,
that was one for me.
So I'm definitely going to be reading that one ASAP. And then I have a thriller, You May Now Kill the Bride by Kate Weston. It was a book that I bought last year, and I feel like this year is going to be a big thriller year for me. So This is definitely on the list. And then I have Pictures of You by Emma Gray. I bought this book last year too, but I've seen it circling the gram and it has good reviews, so I'm excited about it. Yeah, and I don't think I've ever read any books by her, so it's always fun diving into a new author.
Feel like I've heard of her before, so I'm wondering if I read a book, but I mean, it could have been forever ago.
And so she's the author of The Last Love Note, which I don't know what that is, so I don't know. And then another one is Collide by Bal Khabra. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. Sorry if I butchered it, but I am so freaking excited to read this book because she does have another book releasing this month. Yeah, and then my last one is Where Sleeping Girls Lie by, I don't know how to pronounce it, and I don't want to try and embarrass myself, so you're just going to have to look up the book, Where Sleeping Girls Lie. And I am so excited to read this. So those are
That is what we're doing an episode on too, I think, right?
Yeah, I think we're going to do an episode on this book and Leather and Lark. So I have some good ones. I'm excited.
I know.
I'm definitely excited about my 2025 reading.
I feel like we're like grown readers and like we know what we like and we don't like. And I'm excited to see what we dive into. And I think somebody is going to try some more diverse books.
That is on my 2025 ends, so I don't know, we'll see, but I'm excited to see what the year has in store, not only for our reading but for the podcast. It's January. There's a lot of new books coming out this year and this month.
So many.
Tell me what books you're most excited about that are being released this month.
Okay, I'm going to go in date order. So one that I'm really excited about, it's only in 3 days. It's Phantom by H.D. Carlton. That releases on January 14th. I read Does It Hurt by her. And I really want to read the Haunting Adeline series. Like I keep telling myself I need to do that. So anyways, Phantom is being released by her on January 14th. As we all know, what's being released on January 21st is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. I'm literally dropping everything to read that book that day. And if Amazon messes up my pre-order and I don't get that book that day, I will go to Target and get the other exclusive edition.
I will too.
Yes. And I will cut somebody.
Maybe I'll be on Target the night before seeing if they have it out. I don't know.
Dude, I've been contemplating signing up for my local bookstore's midnight release party just so I had a copy. And that means staying up till midnight to get the copy and going home and not enjoying the festivities.
I mean, you do what you got to do. I mean,
dude,
if Amazon messes up, I will be.
I've heard people saying that it has happened to them with Iron Flame, and
I will be going to work late because your girl will be at Target right when it opens.
Literally. What time do they open? 8 o'clock? I'm about it.
I think it's 7 or 8. I know they open early.
Dude. Anyways, that, and then my last book is a thriller called Tell Me What You Did by Carter Wilson, and that's dropping on January 28th. Very good reviews, and it looks like it's definitely a thriller I would love.
Yeah, so I'm definitely right there with you about Onyx Storm. I just am like so anxious because I'm like where we left off.
And can we just talk about the release of the first, 4 chapters by Apple? I'm not going into detail from
Did you
stuff
read
that
them?
I know. No, I didn't. It's only for people who pre-ordered it, I think.
Oh.
On Apple Books.
That's
so
wild.
my sister-in-law's neighbor got them and read them. So my sister-in-law didn't ask her for details because she wants to read it for herself and didn't want to know. But I think it's insanely wild that only a couple chapters were released, and I feel like that might have been planned. But what does little old me know?
Yeah.
That was a big uphaul.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to get
Anticipated.
Yeah, get that amped up.
I don't know how much more it can be.
I know.
That's
I'm
all
like
I'd say.
everybody's talking about. I know. I'm like, are the pre-order sales not high enough? Like, what's going on? But I'm like, there's no way.
No.
Like, we've been waiting.
way.
How long? Okay. Anyways, who cares? Let's talk about my most excited. I mean, let's talk about my.
enlighten us about your fucking releases you're excited about.
Thank you. I will do that. Okay, so the first one I'm excited about is Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney, which
I saw
drops
that.
January 14th, and the cover looks so sick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've read
It's
any books by her, but I'm excited.
I like her. I've read a couple books, and doesn't she have?
She wrote Rock, Paper, Scissors, but I haven't read that one.
Oh, I haven't read that either.
The next one is by Faridah McFadden. She's coming out with The Crash January 28th, and I'm so excited. I just love how she pumps out books.
Dude, she drops them. I still haven't even read some of the ones that she just released.
I'm like, keep on coming.
Oh, The Boyfriend.
Oh, The Teacher. Oh my God, so many books.
Teacher. Stop. I'm hype about this book.
Me too. I read 7 of her books in November. I was just like, Faridah.
You did actually go crazy.
I did. Once we read The Boyfriend, I was like, I'm on a Faridah kick. I could not stop.
I think I read The Teacher, then The Boyfriend, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
So good. I was like, yes, love her writing.
I know.
Always
she gets
like,
me
what the
hooked.
fuck? I know.
Okay, and my last one is Spiral by Bal Khabra, which she is the author of Collide that I mentioned. One of my books I'm excited to read this year. So I have seen some people got sent the arc and whatever. So I saw a lot of reviews on the Spiral. So I was like, oh, I'm definitely interested to check that one out because I think it has to deal with a ballerina and a hockey player. So I'm excited. And the cover's so cute. There are a lot of books I'm actually excited for in January, but we had to narrow it down, lest we would be here all freaking night, all freaking day. So I think that about wraps it up for this little bookish talk.
I can't wait for our next episode.
Me too. So our next episode is going to be Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. So make sure you read along with us so you can come and join us on the podcast. And even if you don't read it, we will be talking about all things Butcher and Blackbird. And that'll come out January 30th. We're going to be doing a little special episode for Onyx Storm, so stay tuned for that early February.
We got things to talk about.
Yep, we're going to be yapping this year.
More than we already do.
I know. Did you see that meme I sent you on Instagram when it was like, oh shit? So I sent Whitley this meme and it says, ever since I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to talk a lot all of the time. And it...
Which, here we are.
Yeah.
And talking on a podcast about books. God bless.
I mean, so I think that's a wrap on this yap. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're not already, make sure you're following the podcast at Today is Booked on Instagram. Rate the podcast on Spotify or Apple. Remember,
today is booked.
And tomorrow isn't looking good either.